Okay, sorry everybody. We are having some technical difficulties with our slideshow. So in the meantime, I'm going to present Kira Marlowe to show you our set design.
Hello, thank you. My inspiration for this was kind of a jazz scene slash bar, and I wanted to keep in mind the prohibition and the time period. Marketing.
So I am Valerie Lake. We chose Bury the Bride for our hashtag for marketing because it shows a good variety of the show. It's a quote from it. It shows the funny humor. It shows the plot. It shows most of it really gives out the show. Oh, maybe. And then our poster, our theme was the Roaring 20s, so I kept it with Roaring 20s in New Orleans. So it is Emily waiting for the love of her life to come in the ruins of a Mardi Gras celebration. Our marketing post was a TikTok, and could you post the image? Approach to get people who probably don't know it as well or just see something funny on TikTok and think, hey, this show's gonna be cool because funniest thing in the world just happened. Our fundraiser and marketing production for getting money and promoting the show is maybe for working with Yogurtland to make a themed worm dirt like the maggots that come out of Emily's face. Making that theme into an ice cream so we can get a percent of the money and push out the show. And then we were going to make paper flower bouquets, like wedding style, with blue and gray, to sell for $5 and to promote the show. And that is it for me. I'm going to present Ashley Perez with sound.
Hello, my name is Ashley Perez, and I did the sound portion of our tech. We chose this picture from The Corpse Bride to put sound over. For this one, I wanted to make it look like, or sound like it was in vision that our whole thing was connecting to. The third vocal is our group talking just to make it sound like it's outdoors. Our fourth is just people walking, just footsteps to mimic the footsteps of traffic through the town square. The fifth one is just wind blowing. The sixth one is more just music and bass sounds. And then our last one, there's some background noises, like I believe the sixth and seventh vocal is like cracking of lights. And then our last one is owls because it kind of looks like it's set in the nighttime. So I kind of made it to where it's like owls hooting. But yeah, that's mine. Thank you. Now, next up is, oh, they're gonna play it. And it's yours, Ian.
Yeah. Try it. Oop. Wait, I can hear myself.
Next up is Paige Marlowe with costumes.
Hello, my name is Paige Marlowe, and I did a costume based off the Corpse Bride. We were going for more for a 1920s New Orleans look, and we decided to take more of the flapper design rather than a wedding dress. And when she turns around, she has a shawl, and it's ripped up because she's dead and been dead for probably. And has holes in her gloves to fit the aesthetic of dead people. Thank you. Next up, I would like to introduce Maddie Blackwood for makeup.
Stand by, please. Thank you.
She shows more character development in her face and her makeup, and she gives more of a challenge to do her makeup. And those are my inspiration photos on what to do, because she's been dead for 9 years, right? So she kind of has like a sunken in, rotting type of vibe. And so her makeup is more of costume makeup because it
think this was a good representation for the time period because it's, yeah. But that's what we did for hair. We decided to do a half down because it kind of just shows, like, it was kind of more neat for her, and since she was going to a wedding, you know. And that's also why we did the eye makeup, the black eye makeup. And then these were all the makeup products I used. The airbrush machine was a very big part in this because it made the process a whole lot faster and helped with the blue color on her face, as well as sinking in her eye makeup. And now I'm going to introduce Haley Royal.
You stand by, please. You lean back. Actually, stand up straight. Tilt back a little bit so the light is. There we go.
They're going to play the audio for the sound portion real quick. The song that we're doing is a fun, upbeat storytelling song, and there's a lot of moments where it's fast and slow, fast and slow. And as you know, our version of Corpse Bride that we're doing is based in New Orleans in the 1920s or the Roaring 20s during Mardi Gras. So I decided to incorporate the Mardi Gras colors as well as other colors I feel that would convey the story best. So I hope you enjoy what I have for today, and thank you so much for having us. Yes. Are we doing Q&A after the performance?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to introduce our performers.
The speaker's over here in the corner if you guys want to use it.
Oh, yeah. That's right. It's over here?
He's coming to get it.
Oh, hey, there you are. So we can all listen, you guys don't have to. Oh, the cool finding out what's down there?
It's called Block Rocker.
Matt? Can you kill the works?
Yes.
Thank you.
What's it called?
Yeah.
Block Rocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you leave the house up so we can make notes? Me driving the theater. Thank you.
Except for a few things on a sort of tool, like the family jewels and a satchel of gold. Then next to the graveyard by the old oak tree, on a dark foggy night at 2:45, she was ready to go. But where was he? She waited, and the shadows of the man, her little heart beat so loud. And then, baby, everything went black. Now she opened her eyes, she was dead as dust. Her jewels were missing and her heart was bust. So she made a vow right under that tree that she would wait for the true love to come to the bridge. Always waiting for someone to ask for her hand. Look around, cause it's gloomy without a swirl to be by her side. And that's the story of our
Okay, let's give them another hand, guys. So right now we're going to do some Q&A, see if you guys have any questions. And you guys, do you need me to run back and forth to the mic, or can you kind of speak up, or how do you want to do that?
I think I can speak up.
But I'm going to hand you guys the mic, so if you go over that to the pass it.
Do you still have the PowerPoint available? Through the marketing and promotion, you went very quickly. I didn't really get a feel for the poster. We cycled through the poster really quickly. Is there a chance that we could see that again?
Do you have an Instagram post, or was the?
I posted it on YouTube so that we could get it up, because like we didn't have Instagram on our campus, so I couldn't post it on there. But we posted it on YouTube so that it could play on here.
So the video is the Instagram post?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
couldn't post it on Instagram because it was blocked, but it was meant to be an Instagram post.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Can we also see the next one?
Oh my God, look at that baby. Look, it's Victoria! Where? Wonder Woman, where?
MDCP Theater Productions presents War Friday Musical on October 29th, 30th, and 31st.
Where? Oh my God, look at that.
Okay, can we go back to the introduction, like what you're going for? So you guys talked about flapper, Mardi Gras party, all this like big over the top stuff. Could you tell us a little bit about like how that affected each category and how you're bringing that to life, what choices you're making?
Yeah, of course. The original Corpse Bride was obviously not set in the 1920s, but the song that we chose had a party, Mardi Gras, jazzy type of theme. We really wanted to play into that. So with our poster, we made it so that we had a party at the top and a party at the bottom while Emily was waiting for her love, and it really showed that story that was there with the 1920s theme. The sound design, it had like a jazz club ambiance. When you would first walk into a club, there's music, there's people talking, there's drinks clinking. It's all a part of the fun of it. The costume design was made to be a flapper type wedding dress. So there was the flowers, the dress, and the veil that got eaten. But it was all to show this really fun life of the party even after death type of thing, which is what Emily wanted Victor to stay in.
Regarding the wardrobe, you distressed the shawl, but the dress does not appear distressed at all. Was that something that you couldn't distress because of the fact that it belongs to somebody, or was there a reason you didn't?
Yeah, it belonged to somebody. I just tried to make it work with the color and tried to choose like a old type of gray to make it look like it was old and like old timey and like dirty kind of, so it looks like she came from out of the ground.
And did you use any powders or any applique on it to try to distress it in that way?
No.
Okay.
I didn't want to like ruin the dress.
Copy that. Thank you. Sound design? was very impressed with the 9 tracks. I think that you really pulled off a really nice piece of work there, and I just wanted to bring that up. When you were actually designing it, where did you start, and where was your mind going? Did you start with the walking through the park, or was it just ambience?
I started with what I could see through the picture and what like scene it was in, what would be expected of the scene. Like since it's a town center, what's expected, what you hear in the town center, and I kind of just went off of that. And then the fact that it's like in the dark and at night, I went off of that with the owl and the dripping sound effects. Yeah.
What was the track length in total?
The track length was, I think it was about 33 seconds. I tried to shorten it, but the app we were using, it was needing me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Lighting? Oh, I'm sorry. So you mentioned that you were trying to keep it in a the event was 1920s based. The lighting was Mardi Gras colors and that kind of a palette. I did notice a lot of more modern colors in that palette. In the 20s, it would have been much more primary colors. Were you transitioning from one color to another and pass through a violet or that kind of thing, or is that intentional?
It was intentional. I picked other colors besides the Mardi Gras color palette because I feel that they set the scene the best and move the story along the best. And I think it's okay to pick the more modern colors because, of course, we're talking about being in an underworld in the 1920s and talking skeletons and zombies and all of that. So I decided to play off of the kind of like the whimsy, fun part of it. Yes.
Okay. I did notice that throughout the event, it appeared to have a corridor of white light mid-stage. Was that intentional?
Yes, I wanted to keep this section of the stage lit in white just to keep the attention on the center and make sure that whoever was in the center was lit decently. And it's also to show that the person that's speaking or whatever the group or the song wants you to focus on, I wanted to make sure that it was lit and the attention was drawn to that.
I would note that a lot of times my eye catches the lighted areas that are not currently in use. And that's why I caught that in the left and right stage areas. But the use of color and the mood that you created actually worked very well, so thank you.
Okay, let's give them another minute. Okay, next up, Hesperia.
mostly based off Day of the Dead to incorporate more of our culture of our school. It's mostly Hispanic. And so we want to incorporate that into our show. And this is much more like a town setting.
Can you guys actually, sorry to interrupt, but can you start out with your introduction, like what you're going for with the whole show?
Well, it's just what we're actually just trying to go for is kind of a Day of the Dead type of feel. And as you know, Corpse Bride are set in the underworld and there are many dead people. And we want to incorporate that with our culture along with the story. So our type of feel is trying to really put that message across about Day of the Dead and remembering others, but still showing the fun aspect of it. So even with our song we chose, we decided to put a mashup of songs where we show the remembrance of the Day of the Dead, but also still showing that fun and that wild side feeling of it.
We have spider webs everywhere to like make sure it's like old, and we have the flags from Mexico, Mexican culture, and we added the butterflies and the moon to resemble the movie.
Those are flags, or are these
These are
the
like
paper?
Like you know, like little decorations. Yeah, I don't know how to say it. These are like broken buildings to resemble like the broken town. And this is a bridge in the middle. It's just the night sky and the blue.
Yeah.
Those are the butterflies to symbolize the main character, which is Emily, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the costume rendering, we didn't do that on the same person because although me and Leslie, who did makeup, had the same idea, we wanted to show it in separate ways. So I showed it through So I decided to show it using the same color palette as Emily for the bride, but I really wanted to lean into the molded room side due to both easier access to materials, and I wanted a more unique take on the elements of design. With the jacket, I used I want to do pinstripes to really lean into the more Tim Burton-esque style, which is also why I decided to add the more vinyl pattern to the sleeves. Sorry.
bouquet. I kept the dead flowers, which is why I used more blues, why I used more purples. But I also have the addition of a few marigolds in here to really emphasize the Day of the Dead theme, the theme of commemoration. So these are better views of it, but I also wanted to incorporate the more Mexican appropriate attire, which is why I use the undershirt with what I originally drew with more floralesque design. I originally used a more floralesque design for the shirt, but I still kept the navy blue to match with the butterflies to match with the theme of the movie. And I kept the element of the remembrance of the dead specifically. I wanted to keep the element of the skeletons of the dead, which is why I decided to make the chest piece and the necklace, making the beginning of the ribcage, as well as, you can't see it too well from here, but I have LEDs in the chest piece to represent the heart and the overall theme of the wedding as well. I wanted to keep Victor's original design as well, and keep Tim Burton's stylistic phrasing.
LEDs and shit.
Yeah.
Rotation.
Okay.
I didn't have time for a rendering of the back, but I wanted to do something similar to this.
What is this made of?
Chest piece?
Yeah.
It was actually a plastic scorpion that I chopped up. And a boutonniere for my aunt's wedding. Would it be alright if we had a performer take this off because it is very, like, restricted? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And yes, you can remove it if you'd like.
My name is Leslie Cisneros and I do the makeup. I went based on a Catrina that is based on Dia de los Muertos. It's a really big tradition in Mexico. I went based on this for all the shapes and everything. I did them based on a Catrina because I really wanted to show that Mexican culture and everything. And the flowers, I did them for the last scene of Emily's, that she became flowers, so I wanted to show that how she became butterflies, and I feel like it shows how she became pure. And I really wanted to show that, like how she finally, she was able to forget everything that everyone did to her, and I wanted to show that in this makeup. I also did the flowers because I feel like it's a really big thing in Catrinas. I don't know if you guys have seen Catrinas, but they always have the flowers flowers all over their hair. And I wanted to show that, and yeah, just show our culture and yeah. Oh, and also the hair we put it down just to show like Emily's, because we were thinking of putting it up for Katrina's because they already have like a bun or something, but we wanted to mix both together and yeah, just show both things in makeup, and I think we did pretty good in showing Emily's side, and I think it tells some of her story, how she was able to forget them, and yeah, and it shows culture and everything. So yeah, I think that's it.
I'm Shane Hooper, and I did the marketing poster for this musical we're creating. So I added the church scene from the movie to grab people's attention so they could know like what musical we're doing. And then to tie into like the whole production, I wanted to add the marigolds on the bottom to give it a pop of color, but also to tie back to our set and the type of show we're doing. We added a raven to the top because ravens are native to like the U.S. and Mexico, and it's a big thing in the show. We also added butterflies to tie back to the butterflies that are known for Day of the Dead and the Mexican culture. And then we also added the Day of the Dead flags on top to bring both the Corpse Bride movie with the Mexican culture. So I did a mix of both, and yeah.
The hashtag that we chose is The Other Woman. The reason we chose this because a more famous, well-known line is where Emily mentions she's the other woman. In reality, Emily's the other woman. So we thought this could most definitely be more well-known and be able to tie back to Horse Bride. That's the reason we chose it.
This is our Instagram post. We have it set up just so people can get a few frames of what the movie would look like, just to kind of just showcase also what the performance is going to look like using this. We also tied in the flowers, the marigolds, and some flags as well. We included the date and the times, and we have our caption. And yeah. This is our video to promote our show.
How's yours going? I am having so much fun. This is one of my favorite shows that we're able to do. Honestly, top 10, you should come see Corpse Bride, January 21st to January 24th.
My name is Sabrina Gutierrez, and I did the sound. For this is the list of the audio tracks that I had used. I included multiple wind sounds, some wheels running through like a street, some street traffic, multiple sounds of people talking. I also added some crickets because the picture I chose had like taken place in the nighttime. And I also added some more random sounds to kind of just add to the feel of like it being just like a town environment. I have a suitcase rolling to add more like rough gravel sound onto the floor. I have church bells because there's like a church behind, like in the frame. I added train sounds and car sounds. And there's like a bunch more like random stuff that we'll see.
I did the lighting for our songs. So we did a mashup of 3 songs, and we wanted to give off the vibe of emotional peace. So we started off with like a slow beat, and that is going to represent like a sad. And then we went into Emily falling in love, so we went into like a more romanticized lighting to show. So the whole cue list is to show like our lighting is basically like all connected to the story and emotional. So yeah.
To also continue with that, I was the one who choreographed the performance, and we chose this as a group to show off that we didn't only want to show off the fun side, but also that realism side as well. We wanted to show off Emily's story throughout this dance and see how she went through all these changes and how she's left forever changed. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you. And to clarify one more thing, our Emily in our dance is a girl named Ashley, and one of our other performers is the girl with the makeup on, so I don't want you to get confused with who's Emily and who's not. To clarify right now, to get the full story. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
What's the name of your Bluetooth?
Block rocker. They probably need to push the Bluetooth button on the front of the speaker again. And did you guys disconnect?
We didn't connect ever. We were.
Oh, okay.
He already had it hooked up by the time I got the speaker over there.
He was on it. Huh?
Phone locked. Shane, the phone locked. Shane? Shane?
Sorry for the wait, just 1 second.
makeup.
Sorry, she's coming down right now.
Okay. Makeup?
Yeah, makeup.
So, what you've done is beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
The challenge you have is in theater, and at a distance that I'm sitting now, I can't see the beauty in what you've created. The contrast, especially with the Day of the Dead, that black and white contrast is what helps create that look.
Yeah.
So up close is amazing. It looks fabulous. But as you get further apart, you start losing that contrast between the blues and the blacks and things. So I would just recommend that take a step back in your process, because you were probably always right up front. Take a step back and see what it looks like at a distance.
Okay, I'll remember that. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Costume, specifically for the groom, how did you go about the design on the coat? Is that stenciled? Is it airbrushed on, painted?
It was specifically with the white.
Yeah, with the white on the coat.
With the white, it was a stencil I carved out myself and sprayed it.
Awesome. I really enjoy the fact that you brought some femininity to his costume. I feel like that's not a route that a lot of people would take. Bringing the butterfly into him, I really enjoy. And that's great to hear that you made the stencil on your own.
With costume, I do have to ask, in the original film, the lead character was never dead, and the other character dies at the end. So is this representative of the killer at the end?
It's more representative of Emily's memory, which is why I decided to incorporate some of the more misty looks on the jacket, leaving that physical imprint of both the butterflies and the vines.
Cool, thank you. Sound? Very well layered, many uses. I really could hear all of the various pieces that you would put in there. The one thing that was a bit distracting to me was the train. It kind of didn't meet with, I didn't see the train in that image. Can you tell me what you used and why?
Yeah, so I used the train sound because I kind of liked the sound of it from the tracks. And because we could see that the floor was more like rocky, I felt like the train sound, like the tracks, kind of sounded like if a car was driving by, like on that road.
I think it was just the horn that was a little bit out
Yeah,
of
the
place.
horn was a little bit much.
It's a little tighter edit next time, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll continue if you have. Okay. Set design. In the design, there was a bridge upstage. What was your intention to use that bridge for?
My intention was for more of like in certain songs, specifically the duet, I wanted them to be able to go upstage for it to be more in the light than just downstage. So I thought making the characters go up would have made them more standing out to the audience.
Cool. Thank you.
Can you explain the hashtag again? I think I missed something.
The hashtag?
Yeah.
The hashtag was
The other woman?
the other woman. The reason we chose the other woman is because in the show, again, she said it's very iconic. Most people know it. It's she's the other woman, even though in reality, Emily, the main girl, she's the other woman, and she stole the husband away from his future wife.
Question on your video, your promotional video. I appreciate your intent on adding the theme to everything you've done. That was really enjoyable. In the promotional video, was there a connection to Day of the Dead, or was that not like any Hispanic themes in the video?
We didn't really add anything to it. It was more just for comedic, for people would notice it more since it's comedic. That's what we were going for.
in your marketing overall, there would seem to be a missing element, where it takes place. There wasn't a location in your marketing. Was that on purpose or was that a happenstance?
I did not see no location requirement on there, so I completely missed it, yeah.
Okay. It wasn't on the requirements. I had noted that the location of the thing is usually listed in a poster, so.
Our lighting designer, could you talk about the follow spot? Why did you choose the follow spot particularly?
With me, that was my input. With me, I put the spotlights on certain people because I wanted to show that between with the dancing and with the actors on stage. Because each actor on the stage had like a character. At certain points, I wanted to highlight that certain character and what they're portraying in that moment. So I was one who suggested that spotlight on certain characters to highlight them, so that the audience can like see them and distinct of what they're bringing, like what they're telling. Because as you know, these all is instrumental songs.
With follow spots, the judicial use of them and the intensity of that follow spot is absolutely critical. There were, especially in the beginning of the piece, once the character moved up stage, that follow spot splashed all over the cyc, wiping out all the color that was on the cyc. So a lower intensity that will actually bring out the character, but without washing the stage, is something that you really need to think about when you're using a follow spot. I definitely saw it get better towards the end. The last piece, when she was coming off stage, stage left, she was definitely in a follow spot. It was definitely a lower intensity, and it didn't work.
I have a question for lighting. Your lighting was super clear about the emotional journey of the characters. How do you envision that incorporated then the cultural elements that the rest of all of the pieces were incorporating? Was there an intention, or was it more of a focus on the emotional journey?
With me, I also want to showcase that emotional journey, because even though yes, it is about oh my gosh, with the Day of the Dead. Sorry, I have to leave that stutter. But even though yes, it is the whole story plot goes into the Day of the Dead aspect, I still wanted to showcase that inner within, showcasing the inner like feeling of the performance. And I just thought that could like show it out to the audience. Even though this is about Day of the Dead, I felt like that could like showcase the inner feeling and the inner holiday of it. About how Day of the Dead is about remembrance and actually showing true feeling. That was my intention. And I just gave my input on lighting, as you can tell.
One last question for lighting. The use of green is not a very attractive color, and I'm wondering if you can tell me why you chose the green.
We chose green because that's the color of the underworld in Corpse Bride movie. So we wanted to use green to show like they're in the underworld.
Okay, thank you. Intentional use. I like it.
All right, two really tough teams. Are you ready, Victor Rally?
Yes.
Okay, do you want me to talk into the mic, or can I just talk to you?
I would prefer the microphone.
Of course, thank you.
Hello. Oh my goodness, hello. Hi. I'm going to stand like right here as I explain, because I want to talk to you guys. Okay, so honestly, I'm going to start off with our adaptation. For our adaptation, we wanted. I'm trying to think how to explain it. Okay. Our adaptation, we took inspiration off of the Black Plague that goes on in the 1300s. I want to explain this part before I get into my actual adaptation, if that's okay. Everything around our adaptation is a plague that is based off of the Black Plague, and we take parts of that and kind of shape it to fit our storyline. But I wanted to explain that before I explain my adaptation. Is that okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so, our adaptation. We didn't want to change any of the original storyline that goes on with the Corpse Bride because honestly I thought it was beautiful, but it does take place in the 1300s Europe at the same time frame that the Black Plague itself went on, except it's just a plague that spreads like a It's cool. On top of that, so the only thing that we did like add to, I guess, would be on top of that the scenes, like it takes place in the 1300s. Everyone's dying from the plague. So the people who have died in our song are people who have also died from the plague and have died of these mysterious black gooey things going up. Because in our adaptation, the plague is spreading through butterflies. It's spreading through the butterflies everywhere, my bad. It's spreading through the butterflies everywhere instead of fleas, because the Black Plague originally in the 1300s actually spread through fleas and all that kind of stuff, so in our adaptation it's spreading through butterflies. Does that make sense? Okay, so, I'm sorry that was loud. So, our adaptation, the number one thing that is changing is we're gonna focus around how Emily, before Emily dies, she gets married to this guy named Lord Barkis. Lord Barkis is very greedy. He wants all the money and power in the 1300s. He wants everything, and that's why he's getting with Emily, is because he wants what she has. And on top of that, what also played into him killing her in the end, because he ends up killing his wife, and that's how she ends up in the underworld in the first place. Instead of him just killing her off like that, he has a double motive. Not only is he killing her because of the wealth and power that he wanted to get from her, but also because she knows how the plague is spreading unlike anyone else, and that is also why she dies. So that is our adaptation. Thank you. And honestly, I don't think I introduced myself. Hi, I'm Max East, and this is Robert Graves talking about marketing. What's up, y'all? Okay, for my hashtag, I put hashtag till death do us apart, because the live version is hashtag till death, So I wanted to do this because when she comes back, like from being like pulled up from the woods and the branches and stuff, she meets this guy after he proposes to her and makes him like marry her and stuff. You guys know the story. Alright. Okay, so for my poster, I added like the butterflies which are spreading the plague, like Max said, around her, because she is the one who knows what causes the plague, and it just makes sense. And the scenery in the back, I have like woods, because that's like where she's found, Okay, and this is one of my Instagram posts. It says, but don't, give me a second, let me get to this side. It says, but don't wear a frown, because it's really okay. Come to our show and have a good day. During the show, it says like, during the song, it says, yeah, don't wear but and have like something. Yeah, okay, next. Okay, play the first one. Yes. Okay, so for this one, it's basically showing the behind the scenes of like during Tech Week.
It's on mute.
And for my second one, it's a makeup transformation. All right.
I'll tell you a story to make a skeleton cry. Oh, keep deliciously lovely, gonna
All right. Well, introducing Elena. No, I'm not done yet. Additional way to promote the show, we're gonna have them draw butterflies, and on some of the butterflies it's gonna have an RQ code. It's either gonna take you to the app to the show, or it's gonna sell you a free ticket. All right, introducing Elena. Introducing Mark.
Hello, my name is Mari Williams, and I've done sound for this. So, unfortunately, we didn't pay for our soundtrack, like the school didn't, so we had to use GarageBand. And so, the sound that you would hear in my thing, actually, I'll explain that first and then show the picture. The sounds you would hear, I recorded my performers. I had them sing their song, but in a very eerie way. And I also distorted their voices a little. And I also have, it's the sound of wind for the second one. And then the third one is the sound of crows or birds, yes. And then the last one is a river flowing. And then if you show the picture down, please. Yes. This is the picture I chose. And it's also the same picture that we used that inspired our set. And so, we'll play the sound for you. You quick to play that in here? Okay, I'll explain it more. It's hard to see in the picture, but there are crows flying around her, which is why I use the sound of crows. And then you can see that her veil is flowing, so that's why I did the wind. And then typically under a bridge, there's a river flowing. And then I used their voices and I use their voices in that way, distorted, to take from the creepy and eerie effect of our concept. And I also words. I also played the music because it's going to be a musical, so during this scene this will also play. And yeah. Can you put next slide so I can see who's going next? Next we have Ellen and I, the set design.
Hi, my name is Ellen Schubert, and I was in charge of set design for Victor Valley High School. And to better incorporate the adaptation we made for the play, the outside scenery really spoke to me because it felt like it would. Because I felt like it would better incorporate the placement where it was the 1300s and in Europe. And and I also added butterflies to the scene, so to show how the plague had spread around people and how people were dying. That's all. And next up is Chris with makeup. Or no, Max for costume. Hello again.
Stand by, please.
Hey. Your head shaking at me, is that you?
Yep, go ahead.
So, for our costume, honestly, I wanted to still keep the color palette Emily had, so her blues, her purples, this weird green colory thing, you know? I wanted to stay in those kind of colors rather than like warm colors like reds, oranges, any of that, because I really felt that it didn't depict the way I wanted to go with her character correctly. So let me get into it. I wanted to keep the original aspect of her wearing her wedding dress because she dies in her wedding dress. I thought that was really cool. But I also wanted to tie in 1300s fashion in the sense that in the 1300s, significant amount of layers was a sign of royalty and like hierarchy, and the poofiness that goes out, was also a sign of royalty in a sense, and I wanted to keep that in her character to help better represent that. And I really wanted to stay with the multiple layers, so when I was creating this, it's basically like, here's where it's all held. There's stuff, is it okay if I get down and show you guys, or is that weird? I'm gonna just do it. Okay, so, I really wanted, my base layer is like a wedding dress, but not at all. I took the bottom half of a wedding dress and cut the top part off. And then I have another layer here signifying like she just died and came out of the grave. Of course her dress is gonna be messed up. So it's the second ripped layer of another dress that, again, I just made sure I sewed the band so it all held together correctly. And then this purple layer underneath would technically be a layer shown from under her dress, but because she died and came back like out of the ground, like of course it's ripped over, like right? And then this top one, in the 1300s specifically, they had very like tight things going on, and I really wanted to keep that. And of course, it's distressed in a sense because she's dead. Yeah. And made these I thought looked cool, and it kept with the like different types of layers, because different types of layers also played into how they were seen. And I wanted to keep that. And then, and then I have my two pieces. Can you do that explain? We made this like veil out of a petticoat, and then we like, a whole bunch of things going on up here, but we created this veil to keep the wedding of it all, and then she has this little bouquet of flowers. Thank you. And then,
Can you bring her down so we can see her?
Yes. But I really wanted to still make it look like Emily with, like, you could tell who this character is, but I wanted it at the same time to be like, okay, this is Emily, but you can tell that she's from a whole different time period. You know? And then the same thing with the sleeves. The sleeves are, one is lower than the other because, again, she's just coming out of the ground. I felt that her dress should be a little less put together in that sense. And yeah.
Please.
Yes, of course.
With the dress itself, I got, all my materials I found here were from our costume closet, I guess, so I wanted nothing to look like anything of its original pieces. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures on my thing, but yeah. I wanted it to be very poofy, very layered, very Emily if she was like, you know?
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then next up we have makeup, and that is Chris.
You can stay.
Hi, my name is Christopher Delana, and I am one of the amazing makeup artists from Victor Valley High School. And my idea with Emily was still to keep the plague, my bad, and kind of think of it as like the infection is taking over her body, which is, if you see on the left side of her face, which is also like the black part that's coming in, is how I wanted to perceive it, because as like the infection, as if you will. And for her overall idea, I just wanted to keep her overall silhouette, aka the baby blue skin and like the one arm, and like her sunken face, and that's really like the inspiration for me. And the reason why I did it that way is because it fit our theme and how we wanted to do it, and yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next we have Larissa with lighting.
Hi, I'm Larissa Rodriguez, and I am the designer for BVHS. Usually when I design my lights, I like to focus on the emotions of the scene, or the sounds, or even just the setting. So for this particular song, I focused mainly on the music and like the flamboyant style that Tim Burton put in all of his films. So I use a lot of color, a lot of moving lights, I dim lights at moments, I even had like a blackout at one time. And yeah, that's it overall. Thank you.
I would like to say a few words about our performance because to me the adaptation aspect of Tech Wars is really important, and the actors are here to show off the lights, the costume, and the makeup, but also the adaptation. In our movement piece, we show the plague spreading. There is a section where Emily walks through the cast and crew of dead and decaying individuals, and as Emily walks past, she is coughing, she is doubled over, she is spreading the plague. And yes, these people are already dead, but it is to show that that is how they died, because of the plague. My hand is black because of the plague. I show that in our movement piece. Also, butterflies spread the plague. We do a section where we show butterflies. I think that is really important. The hashtag "Till Death Do Us Together." Emily wants Victor, and that is also shown. She is yearning for him. She wants him with her. Thank you.
Hey, give us a listen, you corpses of cheer. For those who still got to hear, I'll tell you a story. If you haven't tried, for old jubilicious, lovely corpse bride. Die, die, we all pass away. Don't make us frown, it's really okay. You might try to hide, you might try to pray, but we all end up the remains of the day. Yeah, 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 yeah. Live as a beauty, no mouths around.
Oh! Yes! Come on. No, we got it. That's right. Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, yeah, yeah! 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah! 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 Woo! That's nice! Yeah! Then next we all over. Oh, where was he? She waited in the shadows of the man. And then we got so loud. Then everything turned dark.
Now when she opened her eyes, she was dead as dust. Her jewels were missing and her love was bust. So she lay high under the thing. Always waiting for someone to ask for a hand. When out of the blue comes a groovy young man who'll last forever to stay by her side. And that's the story of our boy's life. Really okay. You might run high, you might run afraid, but we all end up the remains of the day.
Are we ready for some Q&A, judges?
Yes. Can I ask Makeup a question?
Yes.
So when you were planning it, did you do research on like how they did makeup in the 1300s to include that?
I did not, just because I wanted to keep the overall silhouette of Emily, just because I feel like if I would have changed it any little bit, it wouldn't have looked like the original character, and I still wanted to keep the originality of her.
Thank you.
Costume?
Hello.
I want to compliment you on your layering as well as your distressing.
Thank you.
I noticed that the distressing occurs around the entire costume, not
Of course.
just on
If
the
you
front.
only do the front, that's not a true costume.
Very good.
Yeah, if I can piggyback off of what he said, I just really appreciate what you said about wanting to make sure you changed each element and that it didn't look like what it originally was. So you really did do a big transformation there.
Thank you.
I do have a question about practicality of implementation.
Is that headpiece heavy? Does it impede your movement because it looks like it does?
It's placed very forward on purpose, if that's what you're wondering. It's on there. It's on there.
I just wanted Emily to be dainty, to be flowy.
Thank you.
Could we put the poster back on the screen?
I have a question for Seth. For scenic. Hi. I love the stark nature of your town concept. I'm just wondering, I wasn't entirely clear on how you were incorporating the butterflies visually into the set component. Can you talk me through that a little bit?
Yeah, I just put like little butterflies all around to like show how it's like to in a way mimic the play.
Is the concept that they stay still in the set piece like they're built in, or do they come and go? Are they added? Do they grow? Is there any kind of animation component to the butterflies within your set concept?
So they stay there for the whole play?
For this set, yeah, it would stay there.
Thank you for the clarification.
Regarding the video, the Tech Week chaos, how do you perceive that that's going to sell the piece?
Can you repeat that?
How do you perceive that the Tech Week chaos that we all know and understand and learn to hate, how is that going to sell a ticket to somebody?
I would say it'll sell a ticket because it's showing how much like stress we put in, a lot of stress, and that it basically shows that we're putting our all into the show. So it's not going to be like oh, we just put this together in a couple of days. It's going to show how much we like built up to. Yeah.
Can I ask a clarifying question? Your Instagram post, that was a still image, and then it included 2 videos, right? For all in the Instagram post?
Yes.
Okay, and then the QR code, if you could clarify, it went by a little fast. They scanned the QR code for a chance to win a free ticket. Was that it?
On the extra,
the additional creative ways.
Yes, you would draw one, and it's either it'll take you to the site, or you can draw one and get a free ticket.
Okay, thank you.
Lighting, I had a question for you.
Yes.
The piece itself was really about a death journey and about bringing death to it, and you chose a lot of bright colors. Can you talk about the intention a little bit more about that juxtaposition of intention of the piece versus the intention of the story that you're telling with your colors?
Well, during the 1300s, the colors were like they were very symbolic and bold. So I kind of used that to kind of put it in a piece, and also the colors, I said, because Tim Burton, a lot of his films are very like flamboyant, and yes, they're surrounded around death, but there is like fun pieces in it. And so like in that scene in the movie, there's a lot of colors, so I used that also as well. Like I used purple and green, which was used in that exact scene. So I would say I based it off of like the time and what was going on, but also the original piece.
Thank you.
Lighting and direction, basically. First of all, I want to compliment you on the silhouette opening. That was a nice use of the psych and the artist's backlit. And moving into we're using the blackout when he says dark, you know, using that word as the blackout.
Yeah.
There's obviously no. I did think, and I mentioned this earlier to one of the other groups, that there was that pretty consistent white light 1/3 downstage that just was lighting the lectern, it was lighting left and right. So, you know, tightening up the focus of your lighting, you know, is something that you should consider when you're doing a piece like that.
Thank you.
Sound?
Hello.
That was a very challenging use of the sound the way that you used it. As a sound man myself, it really irritated me, which is exactly where you were going.
Yeah.
And it carried out the piece very well. That distortion, the overmodulation, the whole bit, it tied nicely. It took the voices and let them blend and almost sounded that eerie voices in the wind thing. And that's exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
So, well
Thank
done.
you.
I just have one more comment for makeup. And makeup and costume design. I just want to compliment you on how well they blend together. And
Yes!
That
was so intentional.
Thank you, we appreciate it.
Nailed it.
We good? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Everybody, you guys, I haven't seen so much talent in one place, I'm just telling you, really, really good job. So this is what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna let the judges talk, and they're gonna go ahead and go through, and have a conversation about everything that they saw. In the meantime, as soon as we get seated here, I would like to call Belen Cologne, and I saw him, Matt Wells, from MDCP up here just to give you a little welcome and to talk to you about our 10th anniversary. How's that?
Just leave it.
Okay, while we're working out some stuff here, I do want to do a couple thank yous here. First of all, we could give a big thank you to BBC for letting absolutely. And then of course your instructors that help me, because this is not really my thing, but they tell me what to do. So Miss Jen and Cherie and Mr. Gonzalez, big hand for the teachers. Okay, and then we do have some awards that we're giving up here for best sound, light, those type, little categories. And one of our teachers, Wendy Temple from Granite Hills High School, made those on her own time. So I just want to give Wendy a big shout out too. And of course, our judges. We had two who had to leave, so I want to tell you that Danielle Rasmussen, I'm going to mess that up so bad. She is a professional artistic director of theater, and she has over 20 years experience. And she had to leave, but she just wanted to let you know how she was just blown away by you guys today. So she let me know that. And then of course, Emily Reese is the chair of the theater department here at BBC. So we want to make sure that we thank her. We have Carmen Rose, and so I'm going to let Carmen introduce herself.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for making the time to be here today, all of the time and commitment that was put into this event. It's super fun for me. Of course, I don't have as much experience as Tony does. I'm genuinely an enthusiast, and I feel really blessed to be able to sit down and watch what you're able to create. It was very inspiring, so just give yourself a pat on the back today, and nothing was wasted. So thank you so much, I appreciate that.
Hi, my name's Tony Shundell. I work for the town of Apple Valley, and shameless plug, I'm converting the AMC movie theater out on Bear Valley Road into a performing arts center.
You're all hired. I have, I guess my history of 17 years running the theater down in Rancho Cucamonga, the Lewis County Playhouse, 20 years on the road before that. So I've got a lot of experience in theater, performing arts, etc. And I am just blown away, just like last year. Who was here last year? You guys just blow me away, because what you've done in a matter of 24 hours, I think it is? Yeah, 24 hours? It takes weeks and weeks and months and up to years to get some of what you did done as well as you've done it. So thank you very much for all of your talent and your time, and especially for you lighting people. I need you. So, got you.
All right, you guys ready? We're going to start off with marketing and promotion. You ready? You sure? Yeah. Victor Valley High School.
The next award is for sound, and being a sound man, it was really, really tough to judge. It was really, really tough to judge. But in this case, the winner is Granite Hills.
Okay, next up we have set design. So for set design we have Granite Hills High School. Okay, next up, costume. Costume goes to Victor Valley High School. All right, makeup's up. Makeup goes to Victor Valley High School.
Next is lighting. Double check the score. Oh, this is exciting. Everybody's so excited. And lighting goes to Granite Hills High School.
Okay, I know you guys are anxious to find out our investor's choice, the overall winner of today's competition. It was a really close call. I just want to let you know that the difference was 1 point, okay? Your overall winner today is Victor Valley High School.